Ramachandrani, working as English assistant in PRR ZP High School, Karavadi of Ongol Mandal, Prakasam district. Welcome to today's session. Do you know what a diary is? Have you ever written a diary? A diary is a book with a separate space each day. Now children, let's see the strange experiences of Anne Frank in the fourth lesson from the diary of Anne Frank. Shall we move on to the overview of the module? Children, in this module, you will learn what to know before you read, while reading the text and thinking about the text besides thinking about language. Before you read, you will learn activity 1 and 2 and you have oral comprehension check while reading the text followed by thinking about the text. While thinking about language, you will learn compound words, phrasal verbs. Before going to the lesson, let's have a quick look on the learning objectives of the module. Children, by the end of this module, you will be able to describe the terms used in written record of personal experience, identify the sources of personal records, read and comprehend the reading text, compare Annie's diary with other examples, match the compound words with the given meanings, choose the phrasal verbs given in the text and match them with their meanings. Use a few phrasal verbs in your own sentences. Now, let's move on to the topic before you read. Children, look at this girl, Annalise Marie. Annie Frank was born on 12 June 1929. She was a German Jewish girl. The diary was given to Annie Frank for her 13th birthday, and in the diary there were the events of her life from 12 June 1942 until its final entry of 1st August 1944. It was translated from its original Dutch into many languages and became the world's most widely read books. Children, get ready to do some activities. Children, do you keep a diary? A list of sources are given under A and their descriptions are given under B. Can you match them? You may look up the terms in a dictionary if you wish. Now let us see. The sources under A are journal, diary, log, memoir, and their descriptions under B are a book with a separate space or page for each day, a full record of a journey written every day, a record of a person's own life and experiences, a written record of events with the times and dates, usually official. Now let's see the answers. Journal, a full record of journey written every day. Diary, a book with a separate space for each day. Log, a written record of events with times and dates, usually official. Memoir, a record of journey written every day. Very good children. Let's move on. Children, this is activity 2. Here are some entries from personal records. Use the definitions above to decide which of the entries might be from a diary, a journal, a log, or a memoir. First one is, I woke up very late today and promptly got a scolding from mom. I can't help it. How can I miss the FIFA World Cup matches? Answer is diary. Very good children. Let's move on further. Children, in this activity, you have to identify the name of the personal record. 10:30 a.m. went to the office of the director. 1 p.m. had lunch with chairman. 5:45 p.m. received Rahul at the airport. 9:30 p.m. dinner at home. Very good children. Your answer is perfectly correct. Log. Shall we move further? Dear students, all of you open your textbooks. I am giving Gist of the text on page number 50. While you read, observe some highlighted words. Later, we are going to learn their meanings. Writing in a diary was a strange experience for Annie Frank because she had never written anything before in a diary, as she had received it as a gift on her 13th birthday. She considered the diary to be her best friend, where she could write all her thoughts and feelings. However, she also felt that no one would be interested in the musings of a 13-year-old schoolgirl. Hence, she could write freely in the diary to get all her worries off her chest. Let's continue. Annie always used to feel lonely and listless as she had no friends. She wanted to get all the burdens and worries off her chest. Annie felt that paper has more patience than people to listen her plight. Children, we will continue. She decided to keep a diary where she could confide her secrets and treat it as a true friend. Hence, to confide her secrets, she felt her personal diary was the best companion, and it was also not meant for anyone else to read. Children, observe the highlighted words. Now we are going to learn their meanings. Children, the meanings are musings, a period of reflection or thought, listless, with no energy or interest. Children, fill in the blanks with suitable words. First one is Annie Frank considered the diary as her dash. Answer is best friend. Well done, children. Let's go further. Second question is listless means dash. Very good. Your answer is correct. With no energy or interest. Now, shall we continue the lesson? Children, look at page 51 of your textbook. I am telling the gist of the text. By providing the brief sketch of her life, Annie wants to give an overview of her family, relatives, and her age. Her father was the most adorable and didn't marry her mother until he was 36 and she was 25. Her sister was Margaret. Both Annie and Margaret were sent to stay with their grandmother for some time while her parents settled down in Holland. Annie went to Holland when she was plunked down on the table as a birthday present for Margaret. We will continue further. She was very close to her grandmother. She writes in her diary, "No one knows how often I think of her and still love her." On her 13th birthday, by lighting up one candle for grandmother, she shows her love for her. Now, children, learn the meanings of highlighted words. Okay? Children, observe these words carefully and learn the meanings. Adorable. Its meaning is inspiring great affection. Second one is plunked down, an informal word put down in a casual way. And the third one is often, and its meaning is frequently. Now, children, do a small assessment. Here we go. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. First one is Annie was very close to her dash. Option A, mother. Option B, grandmother. C, grandfather. Answer is B. Very good, children. Your answer is correct. Shall we go further? Children, look at page number 52 of your English reader. I'm giving the gist of the text, okay? Annie wrote a letter to her friend Kitty. In the letter, she spoke about her teachers, classmates, and how the entire class of her was quacking in its boots. Annie has fond of memories of her teacher, Mr. Keesing, and old Foggy, who have left indelible impressions on her mind and affected her life a lot. The way she represents him in her diary reveals that Annie was very good at understanding people and at developing interpersonal relationships. Children, we will continue. Okay? Mr. Casing was annoyed with Annie because she was very talkative. He punished her by giving her extra homework to write essays to keep her silent, and the topic always related to her nature. Children, we will continue the lesson. Mr. Casing was not a bad or strict teacher because a teacher did something for the welfare of his students. Any teacher would be annoyed if children keep on talking in the class. Secondly, if he had been strict, he would not have laughed at Annie's funny arguments. Annie rambled on and came up with convincing argument which justified her being a chatterbox in her essay by explaining that it is due to her mother, who was also very talkative, and nobody could do anything about their inherited traits, which are incorrigible. Children, let's continue. She was exhausted, her ingenuity on the topic of chatterboxes. Annie's lost essay, in the form of a poem, showed Mr. Casing the lighter side of a naughty child. It helped to bridge the generation gap between the teacher and the student. Children, we will learn meanings to the highlighted words. Okay? Children learn these meanings: quacking in its boots, shaking with fear and nervousness, old fogey, an old fashioned person. Children, some more meanings are ramble on, talk or write aimlessly for long, convincing argument, a statement made in such a manner that people believe in it. Shall we continue? Inherited traits, qualities, physical or mental, that one gets from one's parents. Incorrigible, something that cannot be corrected, usually a bad quality. Ingenuity, originality, and inventiveness. Children, get ready to do an assessment. Children, answer the following in a word or two. First one is, what is the name of Annie's teacher? Very good. Your answer is correct. Kissing. Second one is, to whom did Annie write a letter? Well done. Answer is Kitty. Let's move on further. Children, another topic of this module is think about the text. First question is, was Annie right when she said that the world would not be interested in the musings of a 13-year-old girl? Say yes or no. Very good. Your answer is absolutely correct. Answer is yes. Second question is, what does Annie write in her first essay? Very good. Answer is, Mr. Keesing asked her to write an essay on the topic a chatterbox as punishment. In the essay, she accepted the drawbacks of being talkative but argued that it was in her genes as her mother was also very talkative. It was difficult to give up the habit and it was also a student's trait. Even Mr. Keesing laughed at the argument she had given. Children, say answer to this third question by thinking about the text. Third question is, Annie says, teachers are most unpredictable. Is Mr. Keesing unpredictable? Yes, your answer is absolutely correct. Annie took perfect example of Mr. Casing as an unpredictable teacher because Mr. Casing seemed to be indifferent towards Annie's behavior. Earlier, he laughed, but later he allowed Annie to talk in the class post reading her essays. So, children, you have understood the lesson well. Now, shall we proceed? Children, look at these words: headmistress, long awaited, homework, notebook, stiff backed, outburst. Children, the words which are made up of two or more words are called compound words. They can be nouns, example, headmistress, homework, notebook, outbursts. Adjectives, long awaited, stiff backed. Verbs, sleepwalk, babysit. Children, I hope you have understood well. Then get ready to do a small assessment. Children, match the compound words under A with their meanings under B. Use each in a sentence. The compound words under A are heartbreaking, homesick, blockhead, law abiding, overdue. The meanings under B are missing home and family very much, obeying and respecting the law, do something to an excessive degree, producing great sadness, an informal word which means a very stupid person. Children, answers are heartbreaking, producing sadness, homesick. The meaning is missing home and family very much. Blockhead, an informal word which means a very stupid person. Law abiding, obeying and respecting the law. Overdo, do something to an excessive degree. Well done, children. We will move on. Dear children, here we will learn about phrasal verbs. If a verb is followed by either a preposition or an adverb, it is called a phrasal verb. Its meaning is often different from the meaning of its parts. For example, ran, verb plus away, adverb is equal to ran away. This is a phrasal verb. For example, the visiting cricket team ran away with the match. Here, ran away means won easily. Our car ran out of petrol. Children, let's continue, okay? Some phrasal verbs have three parts: a verb followed by an adverb and a preposition. Our car ran out of petrol just outside the city limits. Another example is the government wants to reach out to the people with this new campaign. Children, shall we continue? Children, another activity is assessment. Here, you have find the sentences in the lesson that have the phrasal verbs given below. Match them with their meanings. You have already found out the meanings of some of them. Are their meanings the same as that of their parts? Note that two parts of a phrasal verb may occur separated in the text. The answers are plunge in. This is a phrasal verb. The meaning of this phrasal verb is go straight to the topic, kept back, stay indoors, move up, go to the next grade, ramble on, speak or write without focus, calm down, make them remain quiet. Very good, children. Let's move on. Children, in this session, you have learnt about different written record of experiences like diary, journal, etc. with activities. Later, you understand the strange experiences of Annie Frank written in her diary. Next, you attempted small assessment and your attempt is good. Again, you read the brief sketch of Annie's life and you have done an assessment. Later, you have gone through the letter written by Annie to her friend Kitty and you have done an assessment. You have done very well. Next, thinking about language. Here you have learned the words, those made up of two or more words are called compound words. You have done an assessment excellently. Later, you have learned about phrasal verbs, their meanings, and you have an assessment. Finally, you have done an assessment and your attempt is good. Later, you have learnt about phrasal verbs, their meanings, and you have an assessment. Finally, you have done an assessment and your attempt is good. That's all for today, children. Bye bye.